Hello everybody, welcome to today's live video. We're not going to be doing any maths today. I'm just going to be taking you through what we're going to be doing in terms of the next few weeks. So we're not going to be carrying on with the live lectures. We're going to replace them with pre-recorded content. And what I've done for each week, we're going to create a web page so that you can work your way through all the stuff that you need to work through. So I'm just going to take you through what the page will look like and how the lessons will be structured. If you do have any questions, please do send me an email, andy.parker@bilborough.ac.uk. Also, if you've got any suggestions for how we might better organise things, please do send those through as well. Okay, so the new weekly homework page will look something like this. Now, this is the week 27 one. It's not finished yet. There might be a few things taken out, a few things added in, but the general structure will look like this. You'll be able to access this either from, you can use Moodle to get your resources. If you don't want to use this, that's fine. I'll send out a link on Thursday with how to access all these pages when they're live. And so for week 27, the first page will come to an overview like this. This has just got the same instructions from the homework page of what we expect you to do. It's got some information about how to access support, and it's got the deadline at the top as well when the work is due. So I'm going to take you through these links on the sidebar here. If you load this page on a desktop computer or a laptop, your page will probably look something like this. If you load it on a mobile page, it will look slightly different. You'll notice that there's not enough room for the sidebar on a mobile page, so the sidebar ends up at the bottom down here, but it's still in the same kind of, you can still find it, it still looks the same. So all of the tasks for each week, rather than being everything on one page, they're separated out here to make it look, hopefully it will make it a little bit more manageable. It means we can also give more information about each task without you being overloaded. So I'll come back to the lesson later. I just want to go through all the standard parts of the homework first of all. So the flipped learning, if we click on that, so the instructions will be at the top. It will tell you roughly how long we would expect people would spend on this task. Now, it might be that you get it done a little bit shorter than that. It might be that it takes you a bit longer. If it's taking you a lot longer to do any of the tasks, that's probably an indication that you need to get in touch with your teacher or me or Jill so that you can get a bit of extra help to understand what's going on. The videos are now all embedded rather than having to load up a separate playlist. You can click on the link here. This would take you through to YouTube and you can watch them like that, or you can simply press play and play through the videos. Instead of embedding single videos, I've actually embedded the playlist here. So there are you can see how many videos there are at the top. There's 3 videos. After the first one finishes, the second one will automatically play, but you can cycle through them here, so I could skip to the next one. And then when I finish watching that, I could skip to the third one. After you've finished the third one, you won't be able to skip ahead again, so you'll know that you've got to the end of it like that. But if you're not sure how many videos there are, it always says at the top here as well. So that's the flipped learning. Next up is Dr. Frost. All there is on there is just instructions. To do the Dr. Frost work, you need to log in to Dr. Frost and attempt the task. For the exam questions, we'll put a link to the exam paper and the mark scheme on each page. There'll be an indication of how much time you're supposed to spend on it. So this week maybe 60 minutes. When you do those questions, try and do them in exam conditions and then check them at the end rather than using the mark scheme throughout. At the end of a lot of the pages as well, there's a little note here about extra support. So if you are struggling with a question, please try and avoid the temptation to just skip it and not bother do it, just ignore it. Instead, email us and ask for some help. That's the best way. If you want to keep up with the course, you need to make sure you're using the support available. There's a lot of support, but only if you use it. So, say for example, you get stuck on question 5 of the exam questions. Send an email to me and Jill or your teacher, and we'll either email you back with some help, or if we think it might be sensible, we can make a video solution for that question. And any video solutions we get for questions, we will put them on the page with all the work. So if somebody requests question 5 in the exam questions and we think it'd be a good idea to make a solution, we'll put a link to it in this part here, and then anybody else who comes across that question is stuck, have a look there as well. So at the moment there aren't any, obviously, because the page isn't live, But if you do get stuck on a question, before you ask for any help, do take a look. Is there a video already there that might help you? Similar kind of idea for the topic questions. These will be from the textbook. There's a link there, it just takes you to the textbook, but I think most people will know how to load the textbook up anyway. But again, if you need any support with questions, you can get to it there. Further practice questions, fairly self-explanatory. And then the video, if there is one for the enrichment, will be embedded again in the page. Okay, so that's how it all works. You can get to all the links down the side, or if you're on a mobile device, you'll be able to get to them underneath the page. Next up then, I'll look at the lesson. So this week's lesson is going to be on variable acceleration. On the introduction page here, it'll tell you roughly how long we would expect it to take. This week's lesson on variable acceleration would normally cover 2 to 3 lessons. So we've just got one lesson. That's why the suggested time is so large for this 180 minutes, because we're not doing 2 separate lectures on it. Okay, if you click here, it will open up the lesson. You'll know you're in a lesson page because it'll be green at the top. Okay, it's very similar to the homework page. The sidebar here tells you all the different sections of the lesson. So on the first page here, it's just an overview of the lesson, what you need to be doing. To navigate through the lesson, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either press the next buttons at the top. If you're on the next page, there'll be a previous button as well. Or you can navigate using the sidebar here. Okay, so I'll go to the first bit. So to start with, on this lesson, for example, there's a check-in page. Variable acceleration we looked at in the flipped learning on week 24. So before you start this lesson, make sure you've completed the videos and the Dr. Frost task, otherwise it'll be going a little bit over your head. After that, there are 2 check-in questions. So the idea of this is you shouldn't need any help to do these. Hopefully, if you've done the flipped learning, you'll be able to just have a go at them. Okay, so the question is already on the page. If you want to check your answer to each one, you can click on the ticks and it will reveal the answers so that you can have a look if you've got it right or not. Same for question 2, you can reveal the answer here. After you've done that, this video isn't the right one yet. I've not uploaded the videos. But if you get any of these answers wrong, you'll be able to check how you would have done the question on there. So rather than just leaving the answer wrong, make sure you go through and understand where you went wrong. Could just be a simple mistake, or it might be that you need a bit more understanding of the kind of question we're doing. Okay, so clicking on to the next page. This is an example problem pair. So the idea of example problem pairs, if you've not seen them before, is you watch the first example in the video. Then at the end, pause it, copy down the whole solution. Then there'll be a problem that's paired with it for you to attempt yourself. So please do try and do that question for yourself. Don't just copy down both examples as notes. Once you've written down the first example, try the problem for yourself. And then once you've tried it, play the video through, check if you've got it right or not. Okay, so there are 2 example problem pairs in this lesson. And then after that, there's an activity. This is just some textbook questions. What I've done is split it into main and extension questions. This suggested time here is how long roughly we might have spent on this if we'd have done it in lesson. So it might be that you could get questions 6 to 9 done in 15 minutes and you didn't need to. If that's the case, please do try some of the extension questions. They're not beyond the scope of the course. They're just harder questions that very well could come up in your exam. Please don't try, if you think I'm usually really good at maths, don't skip the first questions because there might still be something in there that's beneficial for you. If you find that, say, after 45 minutes you still haven't got the first few questions done, then it might be an indication that you need to get in touch with us and say, can I have some help on this question? Okay, we want you to do that. Don't think that you're burdening us or something by asking for help, or it's making you look bad. If you ask for help, it's making you look good. It's making you look like you're proactive about trying to understand things. Okay, all of these questions will be in the Year 1 textbook. After that, we've got another example. And then there'll be some more textbook questions. And I haven't written this bit yet, but there'll be some exam questions on each topic as well. Okay, so for each lesson, work your way through it. You'll probably find, particularly with this lesson, when it's 180 minutes long, you shouldn't be trying to work through it all in one go. Okay, don't recommend it. Have a go at some of it, get to a certain point, then have a break, come back to it another day or maybe later in the day and carry on with it later. Try to split it up into manageable chunks. Right, that's everything I wanted to go through today. If you do have any questions, then please do get in touch and let me know. What I will do on Thursday, I will send out a link summarising everything to show you how to access all the pages that you need to access, and answering any questions that I get between now and then. Right, that's it. Have a good day, guys, and I'll send you a link out on Thursday.